We're going to do something that you've already done previously once for RTRFM, which is to pull apart one of your songs. Tell me a little bit about how this is going to work and what we're actually doing.
Okay, well, many songs on the album, many songs that didn't make it, many songs that, were written within, a day, and many songs that took a little bit more work and a little bit more time deconstructing. Well, this one, I think there's about 20 saved versions.
Are you serious?
Of this tune. It had many evolves, as my daughter Ivy would like to knows about the word from Pokemon. So
of course,
many evolves and many journeys. In fact, I think I even I have to make a public apology to Mary Phaeton because I performed this song once. She was like, "Oh, I love the words in the third verse." I'm like, "Well,
they're gone.
They're not there anymore." Yeah. So I'm going to take you through the journey a bit. Now, what you're going to hear is little snippets of the song, and
you'll explain it as we go.
Explain it as we go.
And this song is called "Sooner Than the Sun."
Sooner Than the Sun.
All right. Well, I'm going to hand it over to you. You do what you got to do.
Okay, cool. So when I started, this album is really an evolution also of my Ableton skills. I started off this album having a few basic skills, and as I went along, I learnt more and more, of course, and this song is really also a progression in that, because I had some Ableton lessons with Josh Hogan, who's a great musician, and he was very much about, I was very much used to the arrange view in this program, this Any DAW, where you kind of, press record and record the song. And he was very much about these little clips, which is more a kind of...
the columns.
Yeah, columns, yeah. And a DJ way of going about it. So anyway, I started to get into that with this song, and I was playing around and I started to find some chords, and the chords sounded kind of a little bit like this, finding sounds, just having a bit of a play, getting a bit grimy, and, pops and crazy stuff going on in the background there. Then I found some more, kind of put them into other instruments. So you've got, this very fake cello going on here.
Yep.
Now I'm getting all my loops and I'm having a bit of a good time, but then it gets to the point where I realise that I'm not very good at Ableton in that I haven't got my loop lengths right.
Okay.
So you really have to get that right, and I didn't. And this is what happens when you don't get your loops right. It gets very chaotic.
I was going to say there's a lot of layers going on here.
There's a lot of stuff going on in here. Anyway, finally kind of pulled that together, got rid of a few of the layers. This is, craziness.
It's evolving.
It's evolving. So then I kind of pull it together and I try a melody. And as you can hear from that melody, I just make up words. I don't sing. I maybe say kind of actual formed words, but mostly it's just about
to get the
timing. And then I moved on. I got all these bits, but then I was like, the end. This was the end that I kind of started to come up with, and it was this kind of endless loop. And it was nice, it was pretty, but it wasn't kind of progressing the song on a bit. I had the same kind of melody structure throughout. And I was constantly working on this, and Andrew, my partner and musical collaborator, came in one day and he gave me this bass part, and this really started to push the end of the song into another direction. Anyway, so this was the bass part that he added.
Wow.
So it starts going deeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can totally see how it helps it kind of come to this finite sort of
exactly.
closer.
Yeah. So suddenly it's going on a different direction. And you can hear I'm starting to play with little kind of glitches and loops.
Yeah, you can hear like that little in there as well.
So here I'm kind of breaking it down a little bit more into different areas. So first of all, it's all this kind of pretty area, and now I'm starting to play a little bit more with beats and loops. And anyway, so this kind of stuff does get a little bit scrapped later on, but I'm starting to push it to this area. Then I realised that I needed to push it down a semitone for singing.
Mm-hmm.
So this is... And I did a demo vocal just to get my ideas and lyrics.
Is this you like just at home with a mic doing this part?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this was all made at home in my little blue room at the front of the house, which is a chaotic room. It's always changing and there's so much, it's just
going on.
So much going on. And, maybe that's a lot. There's always a lot going on in my tracks as well. Maybe the little blue room has a lot to play in that.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to get to the end of the structure. I've got this weird little sound in the song. I don't know what I did with that, but I definitely got rid of that little beep beep. But I had fun trying all the things. And then I started to get to the end of the this is kind of the end of the journey. So I'm starting to get my very end formed, and finding the journey of that took, like I said, 20 takes.
It's like with these songs, is it one of those things where you've shown us bits and pieces and how it's come together, and it looks like and sounds like from what you've said, you start sort of at one spot and then you kind of work on the end and then whatever comes next, and then it becomes one full song start to finish?
Yeah, yep. So this one was really about, I had the beginning and it took a lot of work to get to the end.